I'm tired. Very tired. What's going on, everyone? It is a post heavy storm flooding day here in my neck of the woods. I'm driving along really slowly, tons of debris on the road here. I live right by a creek, and we had some powerful storms come through last night. We've actually been having them all summer, and we had some flooding, and that creek that is next to the house, I've never seen it like that, and we lived here for quite some time. It looked like the raging rapids outside. So it was pretty intense. I hope that everybody in my area was safe. Just thinking of those floods that occurred in Texas here over this past weekend. Thoughts and prayers to those families. The destructive power of water and floods. So it was a little intense, but I am here with you guys now. Just tired today, man. Still pushing through. I'm actually on my way to get a workout in. I look like a bum here with the cut off t-shirt. I got my hat on backwards, and my hair's like sticking up. Anyways, so the markets yesterday ripped up, went higher. Off the top of my head, I think the SPX closed up 37 points, but yesterday was all about Apple, just adding to a position that I had in Apple because it has been a laggard for some time, and I feel that it's only a matter of time before that starts running and money starts coming out of your Microsofts, your Metas, your Nvidias, and into Apple, because it's been such a laggard. And we're seeing a little bit of that today. So kudos to anybody who has been buying Apple lower. And if you look at its chart, it looks pretty similar to what we saw occur with Microsoft, where Microsoft was just chopping along there for about a year period, dipped, and then it went on its big parabolic move. So I think that is a possibility for Apple, and I'm here for it. We'll see how that plays out. I'm going to be patient with that one, but definitely think you can get back up to 265 and potentially even 300. The biggest thing holding Apple back right now is what everybody is calling they're lagging behind with their AI, and that they're not up to date. And that's all well and good, but it is Apple. I'm sure they're on it. There's been rumors that they're going to purchase Perplexity to handle all their AI components. I think that would be supremely bullish for the company. When a company acquires another company, the acquiring company drops a bit in its stock price, but I think that would have the opposite effect, because it's going to give some concrete identity to what AI looks like for Apple. So just keeping an eye on that. And yeah, things are pushing. Again, I talked about earlier this week how the market is showing some topping signs. That doesn't mean that the top is in. It doesn't mean that we're going to crash. But you do have to just protect yourself, have some hedges. If you have shares, potentially buy some puts to protect your downside, or even sell some calls against your position. But we'll see how the rest of July plays out, because typically the last 2 years, July has marked the top for big tech before a correction has come in. And in 2022, if you go back to that bear market period, there was a rally over the summer, only to be undone by a Jerome Powell speech at Jackson Hole. There isn't a Fed meeting in August. It's a speech that they do in Jackson Hole. So just keep that in mind. Keep that on your radar for what could potentially bring some weakness into the markets. The market's up positive today. Not a lot of data. We did get some unemployment data, jobless claims, and really nothing tomorrow. We're going to have a couple Fed speakers, but next week will be the big week with CPI and PPI, and then earnings, man. We're gonna get some earnings. The big banks on the 15th and 16th, and then Netflix on the 17th. Netflix down about $35 today. So is it pulling back ahead of earnings? for another pop, I wouldn't put it past it. I think it's been so strong. Delta reported today. Delta Airlines reported today. Nice move there on the airlines. And something to pay attention to, I'm glad I'm talking about this, is they actually restored their guidance. So they took it away when they reported the last time, I believe it was early April. And they pulled their guidance their forward guidance because of the tariffs. But now they've reinstated it. So that gave a positive push to the markets that, hey, maybe companies aren't going to be scared by these tariffs in terms of what they're projecting. And so let's see if that follows suit with other companies as they begin to report earnings. So I thought that was definitely noteworthy from Delta. You still got to keep going. You still got to get your lift in. You still got to get your run in. You still got to take care of your health. You still got to be present for your family. You got to take care of yourself. You got to put the time into your business. You got to put the time into your relationships. And you can't just lay on the couch and say, oh, I'm tired. Have a great day. Make it a great day. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the world. And see you back here next time for another episode of Driven.